Hey everyone, welcome back to my cooking channel. So today we are making pork skins in green salsa, pretty much chicharron and salsa verde. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we are going to master in this recipe is going to be the green salsa. I have about 20 to 21 tomatillos. Some of them are big, some of them are small, so that's why I have a good amount. You want to remove the husks, first of all, and then you want to rinse them. I cannot emphasize this enough. You want to rinse until they are no longer sticky and gummy. If you don't remove that film that they have once you remove the husks, your salsa will be bitter and your entire dish will be ruined. So wash them with hot water really well. Then I'm going to go ahead and arrange them in this pot, add some filtered water so that I can go ahead and put them to cook. I'm going to add my 3 garlic cloves, 3 serrano peppers, and I'm going to put it directly on the stove and let those cook for about 8 minutes. They start turning this kind of dull green. That's how you know they are ready. Pull them out immediately from the hot water because you do not want them to continue to cook. That will also make it bitter and ruin your salsa. Avoid those 2 mistakes so you get a delicious tasting salsa verde. I only added 2 of the serranos because they are usually really spicy. If I realize that it's not that spicy, I'll add the 3rd one. I'm going to chop up 2 red potatoes. I've removed the skins, and then I'm going to cut it in half. Cut that in half, and then go ahead and dice them up this way. As you can see here, I don't want them to be really big, but I don't want them to be too tiny because they end up disintegrating in the salsa, and we want them to keep their shape. So this size works perfect. Once we are done doing that, we have let this cool long enough in the blender so that we can blend it with no issues. I'm going to add salt. Hey, Tay-Tay, running in the background. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to arrange the angle here. I realized that the light was in the clip and my kids were running back and forth, so I was trying to not distract you guys, but I think I ended up making it worse. All right, let's keep going. We're going to add a little bit of chicken bouillon, and then I am going to start blending. I've removed that little lid on the top just to let some air and some of that heat let out and not have the lid bust open because they were still pretty hot. I wouldn't do this if you have a plastic blender. I have a glass blender. It happens to hold heat, better than plastic so that you don't have any accidents or any issues. So once we're done with the salsa, we're going to just leave that in the blender. Just leave it to the side until you have your pot going on the stove. Once your pot is nice and hot, then go ahead and add most of your salsa verde. I added a little more than half. And I'm just adjusting the salt here. You want to start with little on the salt because the pork skins are salted as well. So be careful. Don't overdo it on the salt. I'm going to just go ahead and mix that in. And I will be slowly adding my diced up potatoes. I have this on about medium heat. I don't want the heat too high because I don't want the sauce to reduce. I kind of want it to stay, juicy and fluid. So cook this on about a low to medium heat. Once you've got all your potatoes, kind of drown them in there and then go ahead and cover them up so that they can cook. Look at the consistency. This is what I like when I make this particular dish. I don't want it too runny, but I don't want it super thick. So about 10 minutes in, these potatoes are almost done. We are going to go ahead and just mix and stir. And once I removed the lid, it kind of started coming to a boil. So now we know the potatoes are ready. And now we are ready to move on to the next step here. Check them. As long as those are done, you are ready to add your pork skins. I am just adding handfuls at this point because I'm not necessarily looking for like an exact amount of pork skins. I'm looking for the ratio of salsa to pork skins. Now keep in mind, the pork skins are going to soak up this salsa. So don't overdo it and don't add too many pork skins. See how I'm doing here? I added about 2 good handfuls, and then I'm mixing it in to see if I have any extra salsa in there to be able to add more pork skins for them to soak it up. And so this is what we look like now. This is literally going to be done in seconds. I did reserve the extra salsa just in case my dish ends up a little dry or the pork skins end up soaking up too much salsa. You always have a little bit in reserve. But take a look at what this looks like here. I did not add any extra salsa, and look at how beautiful that is. That's what you want, kind of an even amount. You don't want too much salsa. You don't want not enough, and this is perfect. Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. This dish is ready, guys. That's it. Super easy, super quick, delicious. 2 ways to serve it here. You can serve it over or on the side of rice. This Mexican rice, I will leave the link below. The previous recipe is this rice. So you can go ahead and add some rice or some beans, and then go ahead and add your pork skins with your potatoes and your sauce and eat it just like that. It is so delicious. So delicious. It's just, you know what's crazy is that the simplest dishes are legit the best tasting ones, and this is definitely one of those dishes. You are ready to eat just like this. Or if you're like me and you make a taco out of every and anything, then you can definitely add this to a corn or a flour tortilla and make a delicious taco out of it. So I went ahead and warmed up a corn tortilla, and I filled it up with this delicious chicharron and potato and the salsa, and you don't even have to add any toppings because it's already swimming in deliciousness. So make yourself a taco and enjoy. I hope that you guys liked this recipe. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me some comments if you plan on trying out my recipe. I hope you guys like this one. I will see you next time. Bye.